Announcement. The hemp revolution will not be televised. I repeat, the hemp revolution will not be televised. Welcome to the Hemp Revolution podcast, the global hotspot for the buzz and the cannabis. You can hear the stories of the green rush from the dreamers who are writing the rules, innovating the business, and changing history forever. Immerse yourself with the fascinating stories from the leaders in the hemp health revolution to learn how we are changing the game forever. Introducing your hosts, James Brinkerhoff and Sonia Gomez. What's up, guys? This is Sonia Gomez coming to you from Denver, Colorado. This is another badass episode of the Hemp Revolution, where we are pioneering the movement around cannabis and hemp availability. We are on a mission to empower you with the truth about cannabis and hemp so that you can make empowered, educated decisions about how you want to join the green rush or even use the products to transform the way that you feel and function every single day. Make sure that you check us out at theemeraldcircle.com or on medicalsecrets.com if you are a patient looking for the right products to change your life. Today's guest is coming all the way from Milwaukee, from a family-owned and operated business since 2017, striving to focus on education and quality of products. Our guest, Patrick Donnell, is here to share his journey. Patrick, what's up? How are you?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm doing awesome. Thank you. I'm excited to have you on and hear a little bit more about your guys' journey. Milwaukee, crazy spot to be in business right now. How did you guys jump in and what's the nature of your business?
Yeah, we actually got started, as you know, back in 2017, and it was kind of by a coincidence, but not as much. We've always been into the essential oil, being holistic, things like that. And back in 2017 is when my father-in-law, he actually he has AFib, irregular heartbeat. So he had to get cardio shocks. They had to stop his heart and, jump it again. Wow. And that just really scared him. So his blood pressure medication wasn't doing what it needed to. So he wanted to look for something more holistic. He found CBD. Now he's over about a year and a half now, medication free, thanks to CBD. Wow. But that's kind of how we got into it. He found out about it. He started learning. He shared that knowledge with us, and then we started learning. Then we already had an essential oil business at the time, so we just kind of worked the CBD into that, and yeah, here we are. Now we have a retail front, but we do wholesale as well. But we do a lot of education. That's probably the biggest thing that we've really done or focused on since we've began. We do farmers markets and do pamphlets and just educate the community and answer questions. Really
love it. Are you producing your own products, or are you distribution for other brands that you want to support?
Yeah, so like our retail front, we have I'd say 90% of the products that we offer are our own brand and our own name. We work very closely with the farms for our different oils that we offer. We have a wide range of topicals and different edibles that are also all under our brand. Yeah, it's great.
Awesome. So with your father-in-law's entry into the industry, had you guys had much exposure before that to the hemp and cannabis movement, or were you primarily focused on holistic health practices and products like essential oils?
On a business level, we were just mainly with the essential oils, but more on personal levels, I've always been, real familiar with it and tuned in with Normal and always trying to make a difference. We all should have access like you do in beautiful Colorado. We'd all hope for it one day. But yeah, personally, I've been involved. But from the business standpoint, once he got involved and we seen, his heart rate was getting lower, he just kind of eased himself off his medication. And yeah, that was kind of our shoe-in from there on.
What have been some of the challenges in entering in? Milwaukee is not the most compliant state in the world. Right. So with the CBD movement opening up, obviously a topic of conversation, but not widely accepted in many of the communities around there. Talk to me a little bit about the temperature and what some of the challenges you guys had to overcome in starting your business.
Yeah, for sure. Well, when we first opened up this storefront back in December of last year, it was actually surprising the kind of response that we got. At first, it was It was about 50-50 from like the community that we're in. We had some people pitching the casual, that's just snake oil, it's not, it's nothing useful. But then we had, I'd say, an equal number of supporters that would defend us on like, the Facebook posts or whatever it may be. But actually, when it comes down to like law enforcement and things like that, they actually came in not too long after we first opened, and they were like, hey, we just want to make sure you guys are safe. We know you guys are doing some good business. Just, yeah, they've never like caused us any problems, or they've never given us trouble, but they have like had our back in the past. So it's really great from that standpoint. But we tried to open up a location in a neighboring city just 30 minutes north of here, and got denied due to the city because they thought it was just too much marijuana culture for their city, and various other closed-minded reasons why we shouldn't have been able to open out there too. But yeah, those are just kind of the general things that we've had to overcome since then.
Wow. For your guys' mission in your business right now, what are the things that you guys are hyper focused on right now, and how are you making them come to fruition?
The biggest thing I think we are focused on our own is just maintaining that excellent quality. Quality has been such a big questionable thing nowadays, especially with so many different brands coming up and so many different retail locations coming, just with CBD becoming such a big topic, not even just here in Milwaukee, but nationwide. There's a lot of brands and a lot of different products where people don't always know what they're getting or always know what to look for, or even, with the FDA having such loose regulation, there's not much like buyer security. So we just want to what we've been doing is just holding our standards, making sure we're staying on top of what we need to, keeping up with any type of new regulations that come out. But it's just really about doing diligence and, really having a passion for what you're doing. It's definitely not easy. It's not just, a walk in the park some days, but with the passion, it's just work at that point,
Love that. Is there something that you guys are afraid of with the new pulses on, the potential regulations and restrictions with banking, or any one of these everyday challenges that are unique to our industry? Is there something
Right.
that keeps you guys up at night? What are some of the things that you're worried about in this space right now?
I think the biggest kind of challenge that we've always kind of had at the back of our mind was always like banking, like payment processing. That's a really big thing for a lot of people, just not being able to accept cards just in general. We've gotten lucky and we got on board with Square. They let in a certain exclusive number of cannabis businesses. They're trying it out, and Square is a huge name to be on, so we got lucky and got linked in with them. But I do know that we are one of the only local places that will even take card. So there's always a thought of like, we were with US Bank in the beginning, and then they just shut down their cannabis branch just because they decided to, so who knows if Square decides to do the same thing one day, and then we're off in the mud looking for another, payment processor. But that would probably be the biggest thing, if any.
What's different about your guys' products? I mean, there's tons and tons of brands out there in the marketplace right now. And you said that you're working directly with a lot of the farms around there. Talk to me a little bit about the difference in your products. What is the thing that sets you guys apart?
Yeah, I mean, I think the biggest thing that would set us apart from just any other shop is the fact that we have our own brand and we do produce most of these products, that there's a sense of quality control that comes along with that. And the fact that we know since we have control of the product, if we do need to make alterations, or say we get suggestions on, oh, hey, I think we should make this, but a little more potent, or I think we should do this, but maybe try it this way. We have the ability to do that and to, constantly add more products, and just to keep that quality in all of our products, rather than hoping we buy from another brand and they have that same standard that we do. And, that kind of thing. And it keeps prices low too, because without a middleman, that's one less transaction before it gets to the customer. Keeps the prices just that much lower, honestly.
I love it. I absolutely love it. How many members of your family are involved in your business?
Oh, now we have 5 full-time family members, and then we have 5 part-time family members as well. So 10 members of our family total working with the business now.
Great. I think that's a huge thing that's missing in this space, but it's also something that I'm really seeing as a part of the movement, is like families getting involved together and each one playing a unique role.
Oh, yeah.
What are some of the ways that you guys are giving back to your community right now through your business? How are you guys giving back to your communities?
one thing that we've been really big on since the beginning, before we even had the storefront, is doing like sponsorships for local events or like raffles, giveaways, fundraisers. So we do like anytime there's any type of silent auction, or there was this thing called what is it called? I forgot what it was called, but it was like music in the park every one day a week. And we would sponsor that event and, give back to that. We do a lot of, our most recent thing, we just did a donation to one of the local schools for one of their silent auctions that they had going on. So those are just, some of the things we like to do. We do get involved in the community, and we do like to I know that there's with certain age groups and with certain people, especially in a state where we don't have full legalization, there definitely is a stigma to just marijuana in general, not just, hemp, or not just marijuana itself. But when they see our logo, our leaf, there's a certain mindset that, comes along with it. That's why I like to get involved in the community too, not only just to give back, but then it kind of shows that just because we're in this industry doesn't really make us any bad people, or, you know what I mean? We're giving back, we're helping out, it puts a positive action behind the name kind of thing.
Yeah. What are some of the things that you could share with the more conservative communities in the world, or in our world, the United States? There's budding entrepreneurs who are in the space and perhaps are coming up against, some pushback from their communities or from their families. What are some pieces of information or advice that you could share with them to keep them inspired and motivated to be a part of this movement?
I think my biggest piece of advice to them would be to stay patient, don't give up. And the biggest thing that will help persuade or sway anybody's opinion is just knowledge. Knowledge and insight is usually what that barrier is between supporting and not supporting. Usually a lot of like the more conservative people that I interact with and figure out, like, hey, I don't support it. And it usually does come down to just miseducation or just misinformation. Just having the misconception that this is the same thing as weed, or, things like that. And I think that is probably the biggest thing most of the time, that people see CBD and they just think weed, and that's what they don't like. They don't like the high. There isn't always that understanding that, okay, they're very, very similar, but they are different at the same time. I think that would be my biggest thing. I would tell them, just don't give up. If I can do it, you can do it. And yeah, if somebody doesn't like your product, that's okay. Not everybody has to.
I love that. Well, your company is rocking. I love that it's all in Milwaukee. If people want to get in touch with your products or find out more about your business, where can they find you?
We have a full product line available on ErthScentialsCBD.com. Otherwise, they could always stop into our storefront at 1200 East Oklahoma in Bayview, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. We have everything available online. And even if you were interested in wholesale, our website, we have everything available on there to check that out too. So for sure, that would probably be where I would go. Website would be the best place.
Awesome. Well, you guys heard it here first. We will be posting all of the links that will connect you directly with the companies that Patrick is involved with, the family-owned businesses. If you are up in Milwaukee area and you want to support your local cannabis community or CBD community, plug in with Patrick and click on any one of these links that are located inside of the blog post, inside of the show notes, to get directly connected to his wholesale or any retail products. I'm your host, Sonia Gomez, and this is the Hemp Revolution. We'll see you guys on our next show. Thanks for listening to another Rockstar episode of the Hemp Revolution podcast. I'm your host, Sonia Gomez, and just for you, we took notes on this episode along with the links and other resources mentioned inside of today's show. Get them for free right now by going to theemeraldcircle.com. Now, if you want more on this, please subscribe to the show on Apple Podcast or wherever you like to listen, and you will be automatically entered in to our monthly giveaway where you can get swag bags, all kinds of cool gifts and discounts from our guests, and exclusive offers that are only mentioned right here in the Hemp Revolution podcast. I can't wait for you to share this with your friends. With your help, we've been able to impact millions of people's lives around the world with the truth about hemp and cannabis. And we know that you love us so much that you're going to leave a review and rate us right now on your favorite platform to absorb content just like this. Now, we challenge you to dream big and love the life that you live. Thanks so much, and we hope to see you on our next episode of the Hemp Revolution podcast. Ciao for now.